Davs here, Mises and Jungen, and welcome back to the F1 podcast. And I am joined by Alan
Hello.
and David.
It's lights out and away we go. No, not that David, the other one.
So, this week's race was Australia.
Come from the land down under.
Good God. It wasn't that. It was just the schedule, the TV schedule and everything was just absolutely grueling.
Yeah, but that's how the Australian fans get it when it's here. So,
Well,
I think we can suffer one.
Well, but we're not going to just suffer one, are we, though?
No, that is the only one, though.
No, it's not.
I think we still get more in our favour than go against us.
Yeah. Because...
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We got
Oh,
Japan 5 a.m. I guess is the other one you're referring to.
I think it could be Singapore.
No, that's midday because it's a night race, isn't it?
yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, sorry, Singapore is 1
That's
o'clock.
midday our time. So, yeah, Japan 5 a.m.
Yeah,
Could
1
be
o'clock.
6 actually, because we could have BST to factor in. Why do we live in a country that controls time yet chooses not to use it half the freaking year?
Well, yeah.
Because we are a special country.
But obviously, I know, I obviously didn't catch any practice.
With work and that, well, I was off with, but I didn't. I caught quali and I caught the race.
Yeah.
I caught part of quali.
Yeah, I caught most of quali, must have nodded, and then woke up just as the results had come through. So I did actually go back and rewatch quali later on.
Right. So you saw the incident in quali then?
Which one?
Well, there is one the incident. There was a couple. There was one the incident.
You are about the
I'm on about the Canadian clash.
You went about the stroll and.
You can imagine that was a
Canadian
very
clash.
apologetic stewards meeting, can't you? Two Canadians. Well, you haven't stopped apologising. Yeah, we race in half an hour. What do we do?
Yeah. Apparently, though, with regards to all that crap with Stroll and all this crap, he's looking for another reprimand or maybe getting close to a ban.
I don't know. I haven't actually seen points, license infringement points standing. I sometimes catch them on Twitter, but I haven't seen one.
Yeah, and don't forget it carries over, though.
Oh, yeah, I know it does, but I saw one after. Was it after Jeddah or after? Either after Jeddah or after Australia, I saw one.
I haven't seen the latest up-to-date one yet.
No, I haven't either. No, quick roll down their Twitter, one was jumping out at me.
Well, Bottas is, just while we're on this subject of Stroll, Bottas hits out at Stroll as potential race ban nears. Bottas has criticised Lance Stroll's racing etiquette following an incident at the Australian Grand Prix that saw the Aston Martin driver slapped with a time penalty. Obviously, Bottas was left angry with it, but...
Hang on 2 seconds. That time penalty, I don't think was for the incident with Bottas.
No, that was for weaving on the start-finish straight, wasn't it?
Yeah. I know, but...
He was going to the start-finish straight, something like what Alan does.
He's... yeah.
We can't say Chris does, because, yeah.
Stroll's got another point added to his racing license, and he's only 3 points away now from a ban. So,
anyway, back to qualifying. Do you reckon Alonso could have taken it?
If he hadn't have just if he was on for an absolute stonker of a lap, he really was.
I don't think he'd have quite got pole.
I think he'd have been second.
I honestly think second or third would have been very possible with the lap he was on.
Yeah, he was on a quick flyer.
I mean, fair play to to Aston Martin. Okay, the red flag helped for getting Vettel out.
Yeah, and unfortunately I think the car just showed because it hadn't been run.
Yeah.
He's had shit luck. Start of this season, Vettel's had really shit luck.
Oh yeah. He's had more luck with the scooter.
Obviously, you know, he'd had COVID and then coming back, and he's just not had a lot of luck.
No.
I mean, the FIA like sort of bollocked him kind of over the whole scooter incident.
But the thing is, though, people want that sort of thing.
The crowd will have loved it.
Oh yeah.
To me, the publicity it got was worth far more than.
But it wasn't that. The thing that bizarre puzzled me was he wouldn't have done that if there'd have been cars on like finishing cool down laps.
Yeah.
The session had ended. The cars had cleared him. All the cars had cleared him. He made sure they had before he'd done it.
All he's done, really, instead of going through the back roads, he's just taken a quicker route.
On the course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they've obviously taken a dim view. But apart from the other, it was the dim view that they'd obviously, another point that they'd made was the fact that his helmet was up. His helmet was on his head.
On top of his head rather than on his head.
I
know that don't make a lot of sense, but if you see the pictures, see what we mean by that.
Obviously, they took a little bit of dim view at that, but I'm thinking, yes, he's on a ped. You know, he's on a moped. They only go so fast, but he could still have. Yeah. The FIA this season, some of the stuff that they've come up with at the minute is a bit mind-boggling.
I think they're trying to compensate for last year.
They're basically.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah, they're trying to. They've gone from. I mean, whatever you think. Well, we're not going to go over the coals of last year again because it's been done to death and continues to be.
Yeah.
But I think we've almost gone too far the other way that they're now keen to show, look, no, these are the rules, you do this or nothing else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're basically trying to make up for Massey's mistake. And it doesn't help that obviously, you know, yes, Jean Todt was a good head of the FIA. I think this other person,
Michael is called. He's Michael Bob Ben or something
Ben.
like that. I should know that off the top of my head, but I don't.
Ben Salim or whatever the hell he's called.
Yeah.
He's just basically stepped in and been like, well, no, he's been. They've got quite heavy-handed with stuff, and it's some of it I can agree with, but some of it I can't. Like this whole rule about piercings, the underwear, and all this bullshit. It's like, right, so you want drivers to wear not normal boxers, shall we say, but they have to be this fireproof.
Jock straps.
Eh?
Jock straps.
They have to be like fireproof boxers or something like that, and it's like, what? Why? What about what about just their own that would be more comfortable?
It's not about comfort, it's about what will protect you if it's on fire.
Well, yeah, but they've got the long johns, as Ted calls them. They've got that part of it. So basically, they've got to wear fireproof boxers, then the fireproof like long john things on top of that, and then the race suit, and obviously the balaclava and whatever else.
Thing is, could you actually get?
You can get fireproof, fire retardant, or whatever the hell it is, fire protection, boxers. You can get them.
I won't say the prices aren't.
Why am I worried that you know that?
What? That you can get fireproof underwear.
Boxer shorts, yeah.
Well,
I mean, what you and the missus get up to in the bedroom is none of our business, but
funny. No,
just remember the safe word.
They're about 16 quid just for one pair.
16 quid for a pair.
Yeah.
That's not excessive for a pair of boxers, and I'm not the guy who buys expensive boxers, but I know that's not ridiculous.
No.
We don't all buy George's best tenner for 5 pairs, mate.
Well, I might get one of them actually. Flame retardant sports bra. They're 30 quid.
You don't know what you're getting the missus for Christmas, mate.
Actually, there's a pair here.
Actually, it would be a cracking joke to buy her one of them and just don't give her any context. And just let her try and figure out what it's for.
There is a pair of flame retardant boxer shorts for 33 quid.
Well, they're not. See, that's the thing. They're not exact. Depends where the FIA is getting the supplies from, but I imagine.
Hey, look, S&M.com might not be the right place.
Damn it!
Wow, we've derailed this topic fast.
Yeah.
Back on track. What were we talking about? Qualifying.
No pun intended.
But then, obviously, quickly going for the bizarre rules. There's obviously them trying to hamper Max a little bit with his restart tactic.
Yeah.
I mean, we do that in the fucking game, for Christ's sake.
And to be fair, nobody hampers Max worse than Max hampers himself, as it showed against Leclerc at Jeddah.
Mm-hmm. Well, it didn't really show Australia.
No.
No. But, yeah, the whole thing about... I know you... Obviously, you said this before we started this, was the whole, like, earrings and stuff like that. I kind of get... I get where they're coming from for, obviously, W Series. And yeah, I know it goes right through to F2, F2, F3, F1. I know it goes through all the things, but I get the face piercings, so ears, eyebrows, etc.
Yeah.
But
I would imagine it can be the most comfortable thing to wear a racing helmet with it, like face piercings.
Yeah, but if you had noticed, Hamilton had only... Because Hamilton had a nose. He had his nose pierced.
Yeah.
But there were... And he had, obviously, his ears. But there were only studs.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they were hoops, then fair enough, I can understand. But they're studs. It's not really going to affect them that much.
No. But, like this is what we said. What we sort of said, that they've gone a bit too much now from what it was.
Yeah.
It just seems very like, oh, well, you know, this is the rule. Do it, basically. So, yeah. Qualifying was just... I don't know.
Yeah. Pretty straightforward, like I said, there was just that really weird, clumsy incident between the two Canadians.
Yeah.
And then Alonso...
It was...
Alonso putting it in the wall.
Well, hydraulic failure won it. He said he had no brakes. Maybe that's why his middle sector was so good. His brakes had gone. And that's as far as he could get it before he...
But yeah, that incident between, obviously, Latifi and Stroll.
It was clumsy. It was.
It was,
yeah.
It was clumsy. You know, yes, okay, there was that incident with Max and Lewis. But there was just enough room. But in Max's defence, Max didn't know nothing about it because Max wasn't told.
That's it. The team should be warning drivers.
Yeah, and he did not know. And it's very rare that you will actually hear me defend Max like this, but...
It's on tape! It's on tape!
It wasn't his fault.
No.
Quick, Chris.
And you can hear
Get the Alan Loves Max t-shirt in the store now.
And you could hear when the team told him, yes, he was. You could clearly see it was done deliberately. So it wasn't Max's fault. It's his engineer's fault.
Yeah, the engineers weren't paying attention.
Yeah.
But I'm supposed that the engineers are still not making excuses. All the engineers will, yes, they know Australia, but there's these slight revisions. I mean, did you, honestly, did you guys really notice the change?
No.
Can't say I did, no.
They've made it, so I know with the Dutch straight, it's normally got grass verge either side.
Yeah, it didn't.
There's no grass verge there no more.
Yeah,
I know me and Chris have watched the videos they put up in preparation, and most of it, what I didn't see, because I didn't catch practice, apparently they were running 4 DRS zones in practice.
No.
Yeah, no, there was supposed to be.
There was supposed to be 4. They, FIA then removed.
Because of a driver.
Because of driver complaint. We don't know who, but we reckon
Alonso.
It was either Alonso or Sainz.
Alonso.
You reckon it's one of them two?
Well, they didn't name who, but they just said a Spaniard. Now the only 2 Spaniards on that fucking grid are Sainz and Alonso.
Well, I watched a bit of the pre-race build-up, and they were talking to Pat Simmons, is it? Who actually helped design.
Yeah.
And they mentioned it then, and his response when they mentioned Alonso's name, he turned around and said, "I can't confirm that," but he had a massive grin on his face.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's whether, like we say when we get it in game, will it have 4? Will it have 3?
I'll think 3.
Yeah, I think I can understand why they wanted the 4. But I think it is quite a.
Well, let's be honest.
Track as under DRS.
Going back to the game, we've had enough trouble with that last with the little hairpin, and now we're going to be hitting it even faster than we used to. God damn!
Well, the 4th,
we always ditch it just before the 3rd DRS zone. That's our crashing point. Now we're going to be hitting it even faster in this year's game. So we're going to end up bloody.
Yeah, it just. Have they tightened that corner of the before the pit? Not the. Right, so you come.
That corner hasn't been touched.
Did that corner not get touched?
No.
That corner looked a lot sharper.
As you come out of that 3rd DRS zone, they've actually that corner there. They've actually tightened.
Oh, lovely.
They've widened. What they have done is widened a lot more of the corners, which allows more room for overtaking.
The first corner got widened and reprofiled.
Yep.
I
think turn 6 corner. I think turn 6 is it got widened as well.
Pass.
Well, basically, we ended with 2 less corners than previous years.
Yeah. But it was just. You couldn't really notice the change. You know, they were saying, all about all the highlights and stuff, but you really couldn't notice it.
No, even when they showed that video of the Aston Martin going around, the safety car going around, I couldn't notice the differences.
No. Tell you what, the Aston Martin. Sorry, guys, it was late, but holy shit, it was nice to just hear that go around.
Yeah, but he wasn't doing it what I wanted it to do. He wasn't flooring it. Towards the end of the lap, he did not floor it. He eased off so much you could hear it.
But I wonder. I'm kind of not surprised because I bet that was before all the support races, and with it being a new resurface.
Yeah, the last thing you want to see is a safety car ditching it.
I don't care. I wanted to hear that proper rumble.
But did you notice one thing towards
the end?
I
always remember that lap of Jeddah. That Jeddah lap still
the best.
be amazing.
It's a shame they didn't do the drag race like they did at Jeddah. It's a shame they. But did you notice the medical car coming out towards the end of that video?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, both drivers get both medical and safety. Because also, did you guys notice there was a dark red BMW parked with the safety cars all weekend? I wonder if that was one of the track cars.
Yes, I did notice that, and I think that is the.
That was the V8.
No, but it's not the race directors. Race directors always got a black one.
But I thought maybe it was something to do with the circuit themselves. But there was at all times there was always a dark red BMW parked.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm just like I said, I wonder if it was something to do with the V8s because they'd been running.
They could have been. Yeah, it could have been their safety car, I suppose. It just hadn't been taken out of the pit lane.
So, any more about qualifying?
I don't think so. Unlucky for, real
Alonso.
Sainz got mugged by the red flag, didn't he? Well and truly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Alonso obviously, but Sainz was about 4 inches from the line when the flag dropped and aborted his lap, whereas Leclerc had just got past it.
But I think for the race itself, Sainz, it was.
Yeah, Sainz just didn't have a good weekend.
No, I mean,
which is a shame to see.
His start off the line was shocking.
He was on the hards though, and the hards were always going to be a harder job, no pun intended.
He just dropped it though, didn't he? Dropped the clutch though too early, I think, and it's just he had no momentum.
Yeah, and then made half a lap, and actually, to be fair, Kevin Magnussen did the exact same thing that he did just later on in the race, but K-Mag managed to keep it in a straight enough line.
Yeah.
To collect it again at the far end.
I mean, Sainz's spin, he was lucky not to collect another car.
Oh, yeah, very lucky. He was going back sideways across the track.
Yeah.
What, when he went in too deep on that corner?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How he didn't collect another car, I do not know.
It was lucky.
Yes, Max was unlucky. I mean, why am I defending Max all the time at the moment?
You're finally coming around to our way of thinking. It's what we like to hear. One of us, one of us, one of us.
Yeah, kind of.
Hang on, but fair play to George Russell.
Fair play to George Russell, if nothing else, for making Hamilton whine about being told to stay behind him.
Do you know what? I was half expecting him to do team orders and Russell get told to let Hamilton pass.
Trouble is, Russell's ahead in the championship.
Russell is third in the championship, so
second.
Sorry, second.
Yeah, right.
Second. I know it's just come up. It's just come up.
Plus, as ironically, pardon.
It's just come up on the metric.
It's just come up. Well, we didn't need to know that, but thank you for that tidbit of information. You've thrown me completely.
Good.
Oh, that was it. But talking to somebody else, saying, look at Merck's point of view. Hamilton has got what? 3 years at best, 1 year at worst.
For what?
I reckon by the end of this year he'll retire.
He's only got one. This is only his 1 year. He didn't sign a multi-year deal. This is his last 1 year on his contract.
As I said to this person, I reckon what his thought is, especially if Leclerc wins it, I reckon he'll try and go to Ferrari. However,
I don't see the point.
I don't think Ferrari would have him.
No. I don't see the point in him trying to go to Ferrari because
the win in a red car, especially if you can do it in Italy, is the top of F1. It really is. And I'm saying that not as a Ferrari fan.
No, I know.
But to win in a Ferrari is another level.
Yeah, but they have a good driver line up there.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think Ferrari would want him. So he realistically has 1 or 2 years. So Russell is the future for them.
Yeah.
But they do well to prioritise him now, get him up to speed, get him comfortable.
Yeah.
And I think I mentioned this at the last podcast, I can't remember if I didn't, but as somebody put it to me, Russell's had experience driving a shit car.
Yeah.
And making a shit car work. Hamilton really hasn't. Maybe that's what we're seeing now. Russell's maybe better with a car that's not a second a lap quicker than everybody else.
No, you did mention this in the last podcast.
Yeah, well, I think he got proven yet again.
Yeah, I mean, Hamilton's main problem at the moment is obviously he's still having issues, or Mercedes is still having an issue with the porpoising.
So's fucking Ferrari.
Yeah, but the Ferrari looked worse than any other.
The Ferrari did.
For some reason, they seem to have done well, even though they're having problems with it. Mercedes weren't able to control it properly, especially braking and things like that. Yet Ferrari, seems to be able to actually make it work in their advantage sometimes.
Fuck no.
What is Carlos and Charles were both be heavy metal fans, so the head banging is not.
But yeah, because like going back to obviously the thing, obviously from Jeddah, Albon got his 3 players grid penalty.
Albon, who took the Checo Perez award to the extreme of let's drive like you're paying for the tyres.
That to me was a driver of the day. How he done that.
I'll tell you what, I kind of wish they pitted him 1 lap sooner, put the soft on, and he could have got fastest lap with him right at the very end.
Yeah.
Why did I don't understand? Why the fuck did they wait that long to pit him?
They were waiting for a safety car that just never showed up.
Yeah,
but
that's what it was.
Yeah, but they had to pit him because otherwise he would have got DQ'd.
Yeah,
because he didn't.
Well, to be fair, there was a cracking in between the commentators of what is actually the penalty for not pitting, and they didn't know.
Well, one of them, I'm sure one of them said 30.
One said 30 seconds
30
and technically disqualified from the race,
yeah.
But they didn't really know because it's not something that's ever come up.
No. I mean, God knows, he just, even though he was racing, he managed to just do...
The thing is, he was holding reasonable pace. He wasn't like
he wasn't dropping off.
It shows, I guess, that those hard tyres were capable of I mean, I kind of think that's what Aston Martin were thinking with Stroll when they pitted him 3 times in 2 laps.
That was ridiculous.
Oh, that's what it... Well, no, because what they were doing is they were quickly cycling through and putting the hards back on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was their plan, and their plan was to then run the hards to the very end. If they get it out of the way immediately, boom, boom.
Or didn't Pirelli say that the tyres on hards would only do about 43 laps?
They reckoned 40 laps.
They reckon it was about 40 odd laps.
But obviously, Albon being Albon, I know you're not his biggest fan, Chris, but that was a cracking race for him.
And he managed to get Williams their first point this season.
Yeah. That's the thing, he got a point out of it.
I know.
That's only because of Stroll having that 5-second penalty.
Well, yeah,
he got a point.
But he got a point still, even after just pitting when he did.
Yeah.
That was just... I mean, he must have been talking to Perez, because how the fuck he managed to keep them tyres hanging on? Everybody else seemed to struggle. And he just kept them tyres.
Yeah.
I think they just forgot about him.
Yeah.
I think he was on hold to the pit lane.
You know, to go from last to 10th. Hats off to them, lads, you know.
I mean,
it's okay. He did have a great time at Red Bull. We know that. But to come back and do that with Williams, it's not bad going.
No. But I mean, Haas had an okay race.
It got better than qualifying looked.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think it's obviously compared to the first 2 races, in which they've had 2 great races so far. It wasn't their best, and they know that.
Yeah, but the car just didn't seem
I also love how the conspiracy theorists reckon they were getting too close to Ferrari and Ferrari told them to back down, which is wonderful tinfoil hat territory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you know, though, this season...
Lenovo, they make laptops, don't
they... No, I said, did you know?
they?
I know nothing.
Obviously, they've only got the 3 engines in the pool, which I can see some fucking grid penalties coming up, considering what's gone on this season so far.
Oh, yeah.
They have 6 gearboxes this season.
Do they?
Yep.
They got. I thought they had 6 engines they could use this year.
No.
Oh, still 3.
3. Only 3 engines and 6 gearboxes this year.
I didn't actually think there was a limit on number of gearboxes. It was just each one had to do so many races.
Yeah.
No, apparently there is. There's only 6 gearboxes for the season because of all the cost cutting and all that crap, all the cost caps and all that shit.
Because obviously last year they were allowed 5 engines.
3, wasn't it?
3.
No, it was 5.
3.
3.
No, it was 3. Can't remember because Bottas, I think, still uses some of the Merc ones he took away. He's put them laid around the house as coffee tables.
No, it's only ever been 3 engines to get you through the season.
Yeah.
You've been allowed 5 gearboxes. Last year it was 5 gearboxes. This year it's 6.
Right.
Anything over that, then obviously that is only. I'm not going to count. Doesn't count for your practice gearboxes. Doesn't count that. Your 6 gearboxes don't count for practice.
Yeah.
It's 6 race gearboxes. That's the way it's always been. That's the way. Obviously, it's not always been, but that's the way it's always sort of been in the format. It was 5 race gearboxes last season. Doesn't count for practice because obviously it's practice gearboxes and event gearboxes.
Did you not have to run practice 3 quali and the race on the event gearbox? Was that not the? I think remember you had to run practice 3 on the event gearbox.
Yeah, but obviously, like I said, it's 6. There's 6 in the pool this year. What was the other point I was gonna make?
Not to the eye, because that hurts.
Don't know, sure it'll pop up. For all the rest, a general observation of this season so far, are we seeing more mistakes from drivers, or is it just me?
No, there is.
No, there's definitely more mistakes.
Which I'm not against. Obviously, either it's the new wheel and tyre package, or it's the new cars. I'm obviously not as planted as previous years.
No.
Which I'm all for that. Let's make them hard work to drive because the end result is it's interesting.
I think each race they're still learning the car.
Yeah, like we say, Aston Martin had a horrible weekend, but
yeah.
I mean, Williams didn't exactly have the best. Latifi fucking.
Yeah, but they still got with a point.
Yeah, they got a point, but didn't Latifi crash again? Did he crash?
He spun out at some point because he's Latifi. He spins out. But and also you got to Perez's overtake on Hamilton without DRS
around the outside.
Around the outside, and he then got a little bit lucky in the safety car being called to stop a Hamilton comeback.
Yeah,
but that move round the outside and to make the corner was so classic Checo.
But that, like we said, the safety car coming out there was the only thing that saved his ass because Hamilton was coming back because you could see obviously when Perez went.
Well, he had to sacrifice the corner. His line out of the corner wasn't great because of the angle he'd gone in.
Yeah. Well, it was a good move.
Thank you. Sorry. Just an alarm.
Ah, fair enough.
You're allowed.
No, I know what he was on about.
Yeah, I know which one he means as well. He's amazing he was on silent for once.
Yeah.
No, I just managed to catch it just as it was about to go off.
But the race was quite. To be honest, it wasn't the best Australia we've seen. I know that seems a bit weird to say.
See, for me personally, I found it a little bit more better than we have seen in the past because a lot of time it has been extremely boring in Australia.
Yeah, the changes in the track seem to have achieved what they wanted,
which is more overtaking.
Yeah.
You know, we know these cars from the first two races can follow a lot better than what they used to.
Yeah.
Look at Jeddah for example. The two Alpines scrapping.
Yeah. Although I do prefer the Alpine livery now. They've gone back to the proper version.
Yeah, the proper blue Alpine does look a lot better.
Yeah, but they were only running the special livery for the first two races anyways. Will we see any more special liveries, I wonder, this season?
Just have to wait and see, really. Although Ferrari keep on going, then they might as well just keep the same colour. Don't change the colour because that colour's working for them.
Just go. Maybe got the Monza red. That Monza red they had on the safety car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put that on. I'm just. I don't know. With certain things with this season, I mean, reliability is okay. Fair enough. That's just reliability, but
Red Bull need to get something sorted quickly.
Yeah.
Or else it's going to hit them bad. They're going to battle this before they even start.
Yeah, I mean, at the moment, Ferrari are
walking away.
Yeah. As strange as it is to say it about Ferrari, because
they had shit luck.
Look over the last few years at how bad luck they've had.
Mm.
They're actually getting back to where they should be.
Mm.
You know, Ferrari used to dominate F1. We know that, especially when Schumacher was driving for them.
Well,
you know,
they were quite dominant when Kimi was there.
Yeah, but they've been that dominant team,
and
then these last few years they've just dropped off.
And now they're starting to make a comeback. But will we? The problem is yes, we're seeing this dominant start from Ferrari, but how will it fare mid to late season with them?
Well, let's be honest, they're going to go all out at Monza, Imola, aren't they?
Oh, of course.
Because that's their playground.
But they have we have the sprints.
Yeah.
We got the sprint race, I believe.
We got sprint at Monza.
We do.
Imola.
Imola.
You say Monza, but I mean Imola, yeah, sorry. Oh, right. Traditionally, Hamilton and Verstappen haven't done well when sprints get involved.
No. I can't remember where they said the sprints were. There was Imola. I think is it Brazil?
Please hold caller, fact checking.
Yeah, Brazil is one. Imola is another. Where's the last one?
Austrian Grand Prix, according to the list I'm seeing.
Really? Austria as well?
Yeah.
That'd be an interesting one.
Emilia-Romagna.
Emilia-Romagna, which is Imola.
Austrian Grand Prix and Brazilian Grand Prix.
Right.
So not one in England this year.
Yeah, but they've messed that up for me this year because it's always been Austria, then British Grand Prix.
But it's not. It's Britain, then Austria.
Yeah, but in previous years it's always been Austria, then British.
Yeah, but it kind of makes sense that
because the British Grand Prix has always been in the middle of the month.
Yeah, you're not going to pull it makes sense when in the next three we are going to Italy, and to Miami,
and then back to Spain. Yeah, I know. And then
the whole it makes sense to do it in order thing has no place at that point.
Wait till they had fucking Vegas in.
Oh, I can't believe they've done that.
Wait till they had fucking Vegas in.
I'm 50-50 on it because I want it to be good.
Yeah.
I do want it to be good, don't get me wrong, but I can't picture it in my head.
Yeah, but that's going to mean America, if they keep Miami and if they keep Quarter next year, America will have 3 fucking races.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think we
technically America will have about 5. You mean North America will have 3?
Why are you?
British
Hang
people, we should aim for more British races.
Why?
We've got the tracks.
No, we haven't.
No, we haven't.
We can have.
There isn't really another track in England that is up to F1
No,
standards these days.
No,
I mean, as much as I'd love to see him try and filter around Brands Hatch Indy, that would create all kinds of fun and games.
Brands Hatch, Donny.
Yeah, no. You can't.
We haven't got. We'll do a street circuit around the Lake District. That'll teach him.
That'll be
they'll come out their wheels.
That'll be another.
And he's left the track and hit a cow. Who saw that one coming?
That'll be another nudge. That'll be another nudge slifer. Won't it really? But guys, I just like I said.
The thing is, go on, Chris.
I agree with what David's saying. I want to like the idea of like the Miami and Vegas, but the street races. But the calendar is just going to end up, if this carries on, full of street races.
Yeah.
Eventually, it's going to turn into fucking IndyCar. Really.
Well, they keep on going on about races. We're going to have one here now at Vegas. We've got one at Miami. How many years have they been trying to get one to go through London?
Yeah, but they'll never do that. How much will the congestion charge will be on an F1 car?
But it's true though. They've tried so many. They've demonstrated. They've got the cars out there, but not. When are we actually going to see it?
Probably never. Just for the fact that our government probably wouldn't like it. Our government probably wouldn't want to shut down probably one of the busiest cities. I mean, yes, they do for the marathon and stuff.
No, it's because they'll be drinking it'll be going to Boris Johnson's Christmas party, drinking fund.
Yeah, well, it might not even be still power for that.
Of course he will.
But yeah, no, I agree. I'd like to see one in London, but as we say.
So that we've got the Isle of Man ready to go.
That'd be an interesting one, wouldn't it?
That'd be an interesting one.
F1 cars would never make a lap.
That'd be interesting.
We know they'd never make a lap. I mean, it's just. I can see London working, kind of. I can see Vegas working, and I can possibly sort of see Miami working, but Miami's just going to be a fucking car park anyways, isn't it? Round
London, you'd struggle. I think you'd struggle to find enough roads linked together that are big enough. If too many roads in London have shit in them that'd be difficult to move.
Well, yeah.
That's the problem. The thing about Vegas is it's big, wide boulevards
with traffic lights that are above the road, not like attached to the fucking ground. Well, like we said, Miami's just going to be a car park.
Yeah, which, once again, I want that to work, but I'm really not hopeful.
I think until they actually show it properly, with the cars going around it, we don't know what's going to be like.
Well,
we can't sit there.
Go on, carry on.
We sit there, say, yes, okay, we can sit here and say, yeah, we're going to like it, we're going to hate it. But until those cars go around it, it's one of them things, is it going to work, isn't it?
Well, didn't we say that about Jeddah, though? Did we not say that about Jeddah?
Yeah, but with Jeddah, they showed that simulation video.
Yeah, they did the hot lap, didn't they?
so you had a rough idea of what the track looked like and how those cars are going to go around that track. With Miami, you've not had that. Or if there is, I've not seen a video of it yet.
No, I've not seen one either.
So, it's 50-50.
Mm.
The only thing I will say is, with these new tracks, it always favours Mercedes.
But is it going to this year? Is it going
at the moment there aren't any tracks that favour Mercedes. It's lovely.
That's what I mean. Everything seems to be suiting Ferrari at the moment, though.
Yeah, and you know how much I like my Mercedes, but they're nowhere near. If I'm honest, I think McLaren are closer to catching up with the Red Bulls and Ferraris. I think Mercedes are too far behind at the moment.
The McLarens, the Haas weren't so far off if they get it put together.
Yeah,
I think the Alpine's got a very good package if they can get the basics sorted out.
Yeah.
I mean, strategy hurt Alonso in the race more than anything else. He just left around them tyres too long.
Yeah. I mean, Ricciardo and Norris had a great race this time.
Yeah, they did. I was going to mention McLaren because I know we haven't mentioned McLaren.
Yeah.
They've done so well. Yes, they didn't have the great first two races. We know that. They didn't really get much testing wise. Well, Norris did, but Ricciardo didn't.
Ricciardo didn't.
It's just, I don't know, it's because it's just Australia, and Australia really brings out the best in Ricciardo, because obviously at home track. But as a team, that car really showed what it can actually do, and there's a lot more to it. There's a lot more to come from that car. And we know, and it shows where they're coming from. The way in which, we're only, 3 races into the season. For me, the top 3 at the moment is Ferrari, Red Bull, McLaren.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even though
Russell's currently second in the championship.
Well, it's that.
Yeah.
Like I say, it's Ferrari with 104 points. Mercedes, this is obviously constructor, with 65. Red Bull.
I'll say, doesn't Leclerc have more points than every other constructor right now?
McLaren, like 24 points.
Leclerc alone right now would lead the constructors' championship.
Yeah.
Well, Leclerc's currently, don't know what
he's having a cracking start to the season.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And that Ferrari, he's just, I don't know what Ferrari have done. They've just turned it round.
Yeah. That's it, yeah. Currently second in the constructors is Mercedes with 65 points. Leclerc has 71 on his own.
Yeah.
They've only got the 104 because of, like I say, signs. But I don't know what it is with Leclerc. Like I say, don't get me wrong, I like Leclerc. I think he's a good driver. I mean,
he's just got it hooked up this year.
He just seems to. I mean, the true test for these cars as well. I know we're now just talking about F1 in general. Sort of gone away from Australia, kind of, but it's going to be Monaco. This will be the decider whether Monaco stays on that calendar next year.
Yeah.
As long as Leclerc doesn't do what he did last year in Monaco.
We'll get pole and then bid him.
Yeah.
But the true test for these cars
I think that's what Alonso was trying. He just overshot.
Yeah.
Too early. Forgot he was finished the lap.
I think an overall test of the car itself will be, obviously, as you say, Monaco and Monza, because it's a high-speed circuit.
Yeah, that'll be reliability at Monza.
Will they will they sort out this porpoising problem by then?
Time will tell with that.
Because
Imola's going to be a big test of that, because Imola's a rough circuit, as we know.
Yeah. Especially if they hit those curves wrong, they're going to start breaking those cars to bits.
Yeah, but
to be fair, you follow Monaco with Azerbaijan, but he bounced in the wrong place there, and you're suddenly in a castle.
That's gonna be You've got the castle section, then you've got the bit where
Then you've got Chris's favourite part.
What the
where he could take an entire field out with one corner.
Yeah, but they also got your favourite part where they end up you end up bidding it into the pit lane.
That's only because I forgot there's a chicane on the way into the pit lane and tried to hit it at 205 mile an hour with no front wing.
Yeah.
I was trying to do the fact that we always have the pit lane assist on, don't we? So you hit the pit limiter line doing Mach 3.
Yeah.
The car insta slows and you fall off your chair.
But yeah, no, even Azerbaijan's going to be an interesting one. Just
and Canada GB.
This is the thing. There's so many interesting tracks for these new cars.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Even Spa. How are they going to cope with Rouge?
Well, it's the reprofiled Rouge, isn't it?
Yeah, but even so, how are they going to cope with that?
It's only gravel. It's only gravel traps. Yeah.
Well, I say that I remember the list I'm looking at Saturday because that's still list Russia in September, which we now know isn't happening, but it's the only list I have right now.
Yeah, because they've changed Spa because there's a
Because you can ride the old
metals. It's not Spa. They've changed also Austria as well. They've added a certain chicane, but F1 won't use that chicane because it's more for down for the MotoGP.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But it's if Red Bull can sort the shit out, this year is probably going to be Verstappen and Leclerc. It's just going to be them two.
Looking that way, isn't it?
Yeah. But Red Bull's just been unlucky. They got unlucky at Bahrain. And I was thinking, when Max did that happen to Max, I was thinking, fuck, come on, Perez, don't let it happen to you as well.
The trouble is, though, if they're having this much unreliability this early on, say they're going to be in trouble at the end of the year with engines.
Well, this is what I've said about. This is why I can see grid penalties happening.
Yeah.
I don't agree with this whole free engine rule.
No.
I don't agree with
an awful lot for 20 odd races,
Yeah, I don't agree with it at 3. I agree with there being a limit.
Yeah, I agree with it being a limit, but I don't agree with it being free engines for the 23 races, which they want to then increase. Because if they increase, if, let's say they do 25 races, just for an example, they're going to have to give them more engines. And they'll have. See, they increased the gearbox limit, so why can't they.
I'll go the other way next year, one engine all year.
Yeah, but how's that going to work?
Make it last.
So somebody.
We have road engines that can do that kind of distance. So.
Yeah, but our road engines aren't running on high octane fuel.
Yeah, I know that.
They're not just running on unleaded or whatever it is. They're not just running on the high octane stuff. There is other stuff within that fuel, and I think because I didn't see anything after the race. I didn't see any of the talk after the race, so I don't exactly know what happened with Max's car. Do any of you guys know?
No. I saw an interview with Christian Horner, and they don't actually know what caused the problem.
Yeah, I heard that. They reckon they might have to get it back to the factory before then.
Yeah.
Which actually, they reckon it should get back. They should get it back tomorrow.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah, like I said, I didn't know exactly what had happened with that because, like I said, I just watched the race, watched the podium, and then straight to bed.
Lazy sod.
I'd been up all night. I hadn't gone to bed. Like I said, for qualifying and then the race.
So I went to bed before watching the qualifying and watch the qualifying, and
that's what most normal people do.
Yeah, but I had other stuff I could do while I was.
We don't need to know about that, thank you.
I was doing editing videos and stuff. I was editing like YouTube content, so then
I'm so glad you said YouTube content.
Yeah, he doesn't do the Pornhub stuff at that time of night.
And obviously I had charity website work I could do.
Notice how he didn't deny the Pornhub site bit.
I didn't even choose to. Not entertaining it. I'm not entertaining that. I don't do that.
Pornhub or...
No, I don't do Pornhub videos. Thank you very much. This is going off topic now.
Yeah, let's go back on topic. What is the topic?
Just talking about the F1 season. Really, it's all we can do.
Okay.
Well, let's do what I normally try and force Chris to do at this point, and he never will. Predictions for the next race.
Leclerc. Sainz and Max.
I'm gonna go Leclerc, Perez, maybe Russell as well. I'll probably put Russell up there, but I will also chuck Max into that as well.
Leclerc, Perez, Alonso.
That's not a bad choice, but they're my three, but it didn't say which order.
Yeah, they might be 18th, 19th, and 20th.
So they're top three, but not in that order. They may not finish in that order, but that's my top three.
I mean, we know. Well, we've only driven obviously in Muller in game. Do you think these cars will handle the mini chicane? Do you think there's going to be incident on that little mini chicane?
I think they have to take it the way I take it in the game.
What, flat out?
You basically ignore it.
Flat out.
Yeah. As you know, Alan, when I was looking at that, the clip of me and you mugging Verstappen.
Yeah.
Brilliant piece of racing was that.
Like I said, there's a couple of chicanes with Imola, and it's like they put the car on the curbs. Are these cars just going to go fall apart again?
We'll soon find out. To be honest, if they do, then it just means the drivers are going to have to go.
Go what?
The drivers are going to have to work around it. I'm all for making the cars a bit more fragile and stuff like that.
Yeah, it puts an awful lot more on the driver to actually race the car.
You know, there's a reason we don't drive our cars on the road, crashing them over curbs to take shortcuts, because it'll damage the car. Well, if that's what F1 drivers are going to have to do.
Yeah.
They're supposed to be good at what they do.
I mean, Williams might as well, because they're already, $1 million in debt as it is.
Really?
That crash cost them $1 million.
Which crash?
The Canadian crash.
Which one?
The two Canadians.
I was going to say.
Two Canadians.
Because you do have Jeddah as well.
That cost and the TV that cost them $1 million.
Wow. Jesus Christ. It does make you wonder. Obviously, yeah, they've got all this bloody money, but I mean that, like I say, going back to Jeddah as well. That Schumacher crash car would have cost Haas quite a bit as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I wonder how much it, did Vettel's engine just give? Can't remember why.
Yeah.
I didn't see practice. I knew there was something to do with him on the scooter, but was it his engine that gave? Can't have been his engine, was it?
Can't remember.
No.
But you wonder, how much must them tyres cost? How much must how much must them bloody tyres cost? And they have.
They'll be even thousands of pounds.
Oh yeah, better not. It won't be cheap. I mean, what would you say for an engine and gearbox?
Oh, you're talking 10. You're talking over 10 million. But the engine alone's probably somewhere around that.
Maybe you wonder how much it would cost. Like how much an F1 car would cost.
Mm.
It'd be nice to get a price on how much an F1 car would cost, but
yeah,
you'd never find that figure out.
Yeah.
I mean, do you guys agree with the cost cap?
Yes.
Yes.
Because if it wasn't there, you'd have Mercedes, possibly Ferrari, putting all the money in the world in, and nobody else would be able to get near because nobody else would have the capital behind them.
Well, yeah,
look at these first three races. Look how much of a mix-up field that's been.
Well,
plus look to the future. I mean, these Porsche Audi rumours seem to be gaining traction.
It's not a rumour.
I know it's been on the burner for a lot of years.
It's not a rumour. They are coming in.
Mm. The question is, are they coming in through Red Bull or are
They are
coming in through other options?
They are coming in through Red Bull.
Right. Well, but the cost cap is really helping things like that because that at least people know what they're aiming at.
I don't know if it's is it not. I don't think it's next year. I think it's 2020. Hang on. Have they done the engine? When's the engine freeze finish?
I couldn't.
Is it 26?
Is it 26 or 27?
Hopefully this doesn't pick up. 2025.
5, all right.
Yeah. 2025. And then the new rules come in at 2026.
Yeah.
It would help if I could actually spell what I wanted to spell. It's something to do with the V. Believe it or not, it's something to do with Volkswagen.
Yeah, VW Audi. Yeah. Porsche VW Audi.
Yeah. 2026.
Yeah.
It's on the Sky Sports news page. It has confirmed plans to enter Porsche and Audi into Formula One and are at advanced stage of the potential addition of the new names, and also has been welcomed by Hamilton and Max.
Which makes a bit of a mockery over Formula E when we're being told the future is electric, yet these big companies are looking at F1, not Formula E.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Formula E's... Sorry to say,
shite.
It's a little bit dead.
Yeah.
There's not enough with Formula E, I don't think. I'm probably going to upset a few Formula E fans here, but...
Well, both of them.
Well, thing is, with Formula E, you need 2 cars to do a race.
Yeah.
So that's 4 cars per team.
Yeah. So the whole thing is they are coming in as engine suppliers rather than taking over a complete team. That's what they're all coming in, which could be quite interesting because Merc are just going to stick with Merc. Red Bull, I can see probably moving to one of them.
Red Bull go to Merc.
I don't think they would.
Couldn't see that
happening. Anything's possible.
I could see, obviously, Red Bull taking one of the brands for the power supply unit. Not sure about McLaren.
I think McLaren will stay with Mercedes.
Well, you get a natural friend. You probably end up with a couple, so you get Red Bull and Toro Rosso would probably go over.
Yeah.
Because I think F1 do try and keep it, because it was always said they try and keep it a little bit balanced. They don't let one engine supplier.
So it's expected that Porsche are actually going to link with Red Bull.
Yeah.
What did I say? Porsche own VW Audi Group. Porsche are the parent company of VW Audi Group. Not a lot know that because most people see Volkswagen as the big name.
Yeah.
But the truth is, Porsche actually have the controlling share. So I think when you say like VW, Audi, and Porsche, it's actually one company.
Yeah.
Running through one group.
There had been rumours of Audi's link up with McLaren, but both brands have obviously denied that report.
The
Sauber, Williams.
What engine are the McLaren road cars running these days? Is it still Mercedes AMG unit?
Couldn't tell you.
I know, because like the Aston Martins these days are running Mercedes AMG engines. That's the road cars.
Yeah.
Reading.
The McLaren.
Oh, it seems like it's still on development. 3.8 litre V8.
Yeah. 90-degree twin turbocharged flat plane V8 designed and developed in collaboration with Ricardo PLC.
With who?
Ricardo PLC.
Is that Lawrence Stroll's lot then?
Ricardo PLC is a British publicity listed company named after the founder, Sir Henry Ricardo, originally incorporated and registered as Engine Patents Limited. So yeah, something to do through them. Basically, it's patent through them anyways. But yeah, no, it's McLaren themselves. But yeah, I could see it being a good thing, but it sort of depends because, like I say, Audi's more looking at going to Alfa. Is it Alfa Romeo, which is Sauber? Or whatever. But Williams and Aston Martin are could be likely options to take Audi's involvement. But we won't know that till like 2026.
Yeah, so come back to this podcast that day, folks. We'll find out.
It's only a few years away, lads. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Set your calendars.
But it's just, yeah. I mean, all in all, it was a good race.
It was a bit of a slow race, to be honest with you. Apart from a few moments, it wasn't. But then again, you say Australia has never been one for massive excitement.
No, but it was spread anyways. I mean, look at the gap Leclerc had in the end.
Yeah.
So it was just like, yeah, there's not going to be a lot.
That Ferrari was just on a different world. It's it has been. It's.
They seem to have got the 2022 car right, don't they?
Yeah.
Even if it does have a little bit of pop.
Yeah, but it seems to be able to work with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you guys got any closing?
Not really. No, I think we covered most of it during that.
I'm saying we've covered pretty much most of it.
Yeah. So, we're going to end this one here. So, thank you for joining us. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. Don't forget you can follow us on Twitch. All links are in the description. And we shall see you on the next F1 podcast. So, until then.
Adios, amigos.
So long, folks.
Goodbye for now.